What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kari Thompson. I'm a sports writer slash online guitar teacher, as you can see from some of my tutorials on my channel. But I wanted to talk with you guys about a pretty cool experience that I had last week, and that was covering the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. I had some pretty choice sweet seats for the Elite 8 game, UConn versus Illinois. I was directly behind Stan Van Gundy and Kevin Harlan, as they call the game, in one of the media seats. So that was a super cool experience, and I just wanted to share with you guys what it was like. So yeah, I work for Boston.com, and occasionally I write for the Boston Globe, and I was covering Sweet 16 and Elite 8 for the Globe, and just such a cool experience. The regional was at TD Garden, so it wasn't super far away, and I was used to TD Garden for the way they had it laid out for Celtics games, but they had a pretty different layout for the NCAA tournament. I mean, they brought in their own floor, they changed around the layout as far as where the media sits, and it was really cool atmosphere because the media got to sit courtside, which for Celtics games, we're usually further up. Usually we're in somewhere in the loge section, and I kind of looked up into the crowd, and where we normally sit had been turned into seats for fans during the March Madness game. But, or sometimes, you're up on the 9th floor if it's a big game and there's a lot more national media and they kind of have to bump you out for a bigger game. But, for both the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, I was courtside, and it was an amazing experience being able to watch high-level basketball that close. The first game was the rematch, UConn versus San Diego State, which is a rematch of last year's national championship game in the Sweet 16. UConn handled them easily. They were just so dominant, so well-connected, so well-rounded, that San Diego State made it a game in the first half, but they really only had one dominant player. They had Jaden Ledee, who's third-team All-American, and he played decent game. I think he had around 18 points, but he didn't get enough help basically from his teammates to deal with UConn, who their entire starting five is very thorough. And then in the second game, the Elite 8 game, Donovan Clingan just dominated. I mean, Illinois, I think ESPN Stats and Info had a stat where where Illinois was 0 for 19 on shots that Clingan contested, where he was the primary defender. I mean, just a dominant performance, 22 points, 10 rebounds, double-double, dunking everything. It was really, really cool to watch. Now, for the experience of sitting in the media seats behind the broadcasters, that was cool and unexpected. Not even sure if I was on the seating chart for the Sweet 16 game. I think I got an email saying there's a typo. I wasn't even on it. But for the Elite 8 game, they hooked the brother up. I was covering the game for the Globe, and I got an email saying your seat for the Elite 8 game is at row X, seat Y, and I didn't make too much of it. But as I made my way over there, I had some people who knew where I was sitting that were like, "Oh, you're in one of the media seats, you're in one of the TV seats, that is going to get some camera time." And I was like, okay, cool. So, I just went about my daily routine, did my prep, started writing throughout the game. So it was work. It wasn't just all play, but I was able to take in the incredible view, man. I mean, center court, right there at TD Garden. I mean, the only ones between you and the court there's only one row between you and the court, and that's where the broadcasters are, and you could just see everything. It was a fantastic way to take in a game. I would have been amazed even if I paid for it, but the reality is I didn't have to pay for it because I was working. They paid me to be there. So it was ultra cool, man. I couldn't hear too much of Harlan and Van Gundy's conversation as they were on the air. There was some separation between us, enough so that I couldn't, hear how the broadcast was going. But it looked like they were having a good time. I was able to get some photos of the camera guys zooming in on them. I did run into Kevin Harlan at the tunnel, like at halftime. When I got up to like grab a snack, Harlan was in there. I think he grabbed a couple of water, and he was talking to people. So like I didn't want to disturb him or anything, but it was kind of cool like seeing that like that's his real voice, like the voice that you hear on the broadcast. That's like really how he talks, and just the fact that like he's a human, like he's an actual person. It's hard to just see these guys on TVs and relate and be like, wow, they're actual like people like us. So that was super cool. And then the game itself, man, I mean, UConn went on a 30-0 run that really put Illinois away. I had never seen anything quite like it on a stage that big. I mean, you've seen like middle school level AAU teams where there are just teams that are overmatched and can't get the ball past half court. That's the closest thing I can liken it to. But I've never seen anything like that in the Elite Eight, especially when you have just one big who's so dominant where like literally the other team cannot score, even just when he's in the game. Like when they took Klingon out the game, like Illinois was able to make their run and keep it close in the first half, but in the second half there was just no contest there. And we have to give Steph Castle credit for shutting down the number 3 scorer in the nation, Terrence Shannon. He had 8 points, 2 of 12 shooting, and that's a freshman on him. Granted, it's a McDonald's All-American freshman, but it's a freshman nonetheless. So we're very impressed with Steph Castle. And then of course Cam Spencer eventually got it going from the outside, hit some threes that helped UConn bust the thing open. But incredible experience. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I don't think I did anything particularly special to earn this. I was just there, right place, right time, right luck of the draw on the shooting chart, and I couldn't be more grateful because it was super duper cool. And I make videos like these not to like stun or flex or anything, but just to be like, y'all can do it. If you want to be a sports writer, just put in the work and keep tuning into these videos. I'll give you all the tips, all the game that I have, so that you guys can be successful in this industry. But just be encouraged and know that this regular guy that you listen to on YouTube playing his guitar did something pretty cool and is proud of it and believes that you guys can do the same. So hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the subscribe button. Come on back, come listen to more videos, and I'll have more guitar tutorials as well as just more tips about journalism and cool experiences and how to get better in the game. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you later. Thanks, bye.